I really don't understand this at all. I really don't understand what the Lakers are trying to do here. So the Lakers are focused on acquiring Bruce Brown, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. So I saw this report 3 days ago, and my God, I've just tried to just scour over the internet just to see what uh, what trade rumors I can get, and this one by far is just the craziest one because in a previous video I talked about Dejounte Murray and Clint Capella potentially being sent over to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I just said that that's just going to be a bad move. I know there are a lot of speculations that there's going to be a couple of player movements in there. I've seen D'Angelo Russell being put in the mix, and right now you're seeing Bruce Brown. So Bruce Brown was acquired through trade by the Toronto Raptors in that Pascal Siakam trade, and he's on an expiring contract. So the Toronto Raptors are rumored to wanting to flip this guy and continue on to trading him to another team before the trade deadline. So the Lakers apparently are getting into the mix in this, and they are targeting Bruce Brown as a major addition before the trade deadline, which is quite crazy because Adrian Wojnarowski is talking about this, and we all know when Adrian Wojnarowski talks about these trades, you know, he has deep connection, so it's something that is on the table. And looking at this situation like this, it makes me wonder, like, what are the Lakers, trying to do? Honestly, I really don't understand. You can see Rui Hachimura, I saw on a post where he didn't look happy at all. D'Angelo Russell, he has been uncharacteristically not having the best interactions with the media, especially when you asked about, you know, uh, him being on the trading and the chopping block. So it's not a good look. So in this one, I just want to talk about this because this is crazy. So Bruce Brown was moved to the Toronto Raptors as part of the Pascal Siakam trade, sending the 2023 champion in Bruce Brown to play on a rebuilding Raptors squad after he signed with the Pacers in the summer. So you can see he is signed in the summer. He signed in the summer with the Pacers, and now he got flipped. And that time he came off uh, a championship, win from the Denver Nuggets. So it's actually insane to see how a player can move teams like that. So and just be traded like that. So teams around the NBA are reportedly interested in getting Bruce Brown from Toronto, with Woj revealing that the Lakers have had an interest in making a trade for the swingman. So unfortunately, I do not know or even do not understand what the Lakers are trying to do here. So from the time the Lakers lost the Denver Nuggets, so this is Woj talking about this. So he was quoted as saying, from the time the Lakers lost to the Denver Nuggets in the conference finals last year, there's been one player they've been focused on acquiring, Bruce Brown Jr. So there has been no shortage of teams reaching out to Toronto for Bruce Brown. He fits everywhere. The Lakers are among them. Continue to watch the Lakers with Bruce Brown to see if there's a pathway. So this was Woj talking about this, and this was crazy, and this was even coming from NBA Countdown. From NBA Countdown, I'm just gonna play that audio for you guys to hear what Woj was talking about. So I'm gonna play that audio, then we're gonna come back.
From the time the Lakers lost to Denver, got eliminated in the conference finals last year, there's been one player they'd really been focused on trying to acquire, Bruce Brown Jr. He was on that Denver team that eliminated them. Denver couldn't afford to keep him. And in free agency, if Indiana had not stepped up with a 2-year, $45 million deal, there's a very good chance Bruce Brown would have gone to the Lakers for their mid-level exception. He took that bigger deal from Indiana. The Lakers continue to try to trade for him with the Pacers. Now he's in Toronto as part of the Siakam deal. And there's been no shortage of teams reaching out to Toronto to try to get at Bruce Brown. He fits everywhere, and the Lakers are among them. And so I think you look at Toronto, talk to Masai Ujiri today. He watched Bruce Brown essentially get off the plane yesterday, walk out in the court, shoot 7 for 10, get 7 rebounds. They're in a rebuild, and they're going to go very, very young in Toronto. He does see the value of a 27-year-old tough veteran around his young players, but there is a big market for Bruce Brown. Teams like New York are interested, but continue to watch the Lakers with Bruce Brown to see if there's a pathway. You know, he could have very well ended up with them in free agency before Indiana stepped up with that $45 million two-year deal.
So you heard what Woj had to say about that whole situation. So you're seeing the value that Bruce Brown has, but I'm not sure if he's put it on the Lakers, if his productivity is going to be the same. So this is just a crazy thing because, as you can see, the Lakers franchise, the Lakers organization, has not been particularly, gelling well, especially as a team. So Woj also revealed that Brown was very close to signing with the Lakers as a free agent, but ultimately chose the Pacers for giving him a much larger contract. The reason as to why the Pacers are going to give him a much larger contract is because the Lakers just don't have the money. They can't sign, they can't give Bruce Brown that type of money. And the money that he was asking for, it's a 2-year 45 million. So it was actually quite difficult for the Lakers to be able to free up their cap because majority of the players, like well over half of the players, are on vet minimum contracts and mid-level exceptions. So it's actually quite difficult for the Lakers right now to even think of even getting a player worth 23 plus million and still retain the same roster they have. So they have to trade him. So they have to trade somebody for that. So you could see Woj said he was in the Denver Nuggets team that eliminated the Lakers. They couldn't afford to keep him in free agency. If Indiana hadn't stepped up with a 2-year $45 million deal, there'll be a very good chance that Bruce Brown will have gone to the Los Angeles Lakers on the non-tax mid-level exception. So the Lakers have continued to try and trade for him from the Pacers. So the New York Knicks have also been reported as an interested team in Brown, which could lead to a bidding war over the high utility role player. So the Raptors are reportedly looking for picks beyond the 2024 NBA draft, something that both the Lakers and the Knicks could offer if they value Brown highly enough. So you're seeing teams are putting some value on a Bruce Brown. They feel like he's an elite role player, a 3-and-D guy who can really help you, especially as being a third or fourth option on a team. So the question is, should the Lakers, bother in pursuing a Bruce Brown? Which, honestly, if you ask me, I would just back off completely. I would just say, you know what, we don't have the money. Let's just try to see what we can do with other players in the trade market. So it seems the Lakers' primary goal this winter is to land DeJounte Murray, which I said is just going to be a very, very huge mistake because they're going to get the same productivity as a D'Angelo Russell. And we have seen what happened with D'Angelo Russell when he was in the Lakers. So with the proposed package of D'Lo, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a 2029 first-round pick that they really, really were holding on dearly, they've already put that on the table for DeJounte Murray. So if they fail to land DeJounte Murray, will they reroute this package to Toronto for Brown? It's something that I feel like can happen. So Brown is averaging 12.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 3.0 assists, and is an extremely useful role player, but doesn't necessarily address the issues that the Lakers have right now. So the Lakers have issues, but I don't think going for a Bruce Brown would really help. If they make a deal involving D'Lo, they have to ensure that they get a point guard in return for the guard rotation to be left threadbare. So especially with Gabe Vincent's injury issues. So if they essentially trade away D'Lo, who's going to fill it up? You're going to use Austin Reeves in there. It's just going to be a hassle because he's going to be playing out of his position. So a more ambitious way of getting this deal done could be to acquire Murray with Russell and JSH while sending Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent to Toronto to acquire Brown. So you're seeing that situation. It's not a good one because Rui Hachimura has not been the most excited player playing for the Lakers right now, especially with the whole trade rumors. Him and Austin Reeves are in the chopping block, so it was not a good situation for him, especially psychologically, going into a game knowing that in the trade deadline he could be ending up in another team because the powers that be do not want your or value your services. So it's mentally taxing, and I just feel for these players. So only uh, two of those four players are actually in the rotation, but that would have mean that the Lakers are emptying their asset capital to win now. So with that trade to acquire Murray with Russell and JHH to buy well sending Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent to Toronto. So that for to acquire Brown. So that I'm not sure about that one. If they pull that one, it'll just be a panic. Don't want to say panic buy, but it'll be a panic trade as well. So DeJounte Murray, Austin Reeves, Brown, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis will be a fierce starting five. True on paper, yeah. If Murray becomes unavailable, the Lakers could realistically just try and get the Raptors to give a Bruce Brown and former Laker Dennis Schroeder in a possible deal, which I'm not sure if Dennis Schroeder is going to want to play for LA. So the options are endless for LA right now, but they'll take it, they take their time before they make the big moves because they only have one shot to get it right. And in a trade like in the situation like this, it's very fickle, and if you get it wrong right here and you commit to trading away like some players, it's gonna affect the psychology of the other players. So like, damn, you can just get rid of me like that? You're gonna get rid of me like that after I've done all this playing for you? And it's something that it's something that is going to affect like the team chemistry, especially even moving into the off season, because everyone is watching right now. You're seeing like a lot of players in bet minimum deals. If the Lakers do something stupid like a panic trade, like all these guys can just leave and go to other organizations and leave the Lakers with only like 5 players in the rotation, and they'll have to like do the whole cycle all over again, trying to convince the young talented players who have been gotten rid of by their teams to sign with the Lakers. So it's just going to be a very bad look, and the domino effects is going to be seen in the summer of 2024. So tell me what you guys think in the comments section on what you think about this whole situation. Should the Lakers try to break their back to try acquire a Bruce Brown? I mean, if OG is talking about it, this is actually a likely possibility, but I really don't I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but I wouldn't encourage it. I don't feel like it's a good move at all, but anyway, this is what it is. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comment section what you think, and also subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and smash that like button because it helps me out a ton. And I'm out. Peace.